and be glad in it. I am definitely rejoicing. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm amped. I'm all that good stuff on this good here Tuesday morning. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Vicky P. Oh, hey, Vicky P. Oh, I like that shot better. I don't know what I just did. I hit something on Facebook, but I like that one better. I will say it. Good morning, Miss Joy. Good morning, Brandi. Good morning, Qua. Y'all stand by. You know me and this angle. Don't fall. Don't fall. We're having a conversation. Hold on, stand by. Good morning. Amazing morning. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Tiara. Renee, good morning. Good morning, Miss Jacqueline. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Good morning, Miss Gail. Good morning to everybody on YouTube. Good morning to everybody locked in on Rhema Sound Radio. Amazing morning to you. Happy what's today? Tuesday. Great morning. Happy Tuesday to you. I know I just yelled in your ear, Rhema Sound Radio. Stand by. I'm getting my levels together so I won't be yelling in your ear. There we go. Good morning, Divorce. What it do? Listen, y'all. We are here. Okay? If y'all saw the update, we are here. Okay? Me and this good here team, we are here. This good here Tuesday morning. All right? Amazing morning. Facebook is doing something funky. It keep blinking in and out. I don't know what it's doing. But if you're on Facebook and you having complications, like I think I see complications. Inez, how are you? Blackberry, how are you? I encourage you to switch over to YouTube or to Instagram because I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what Facebook is doing. But great morning to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Talk Back Tuesday. I'm ready to talk about some things. Let's talk about stuff, baby. Let's talk you and me. Let's talk about good things and what's going on. Let's talk. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about stuff. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about how your faith be going. Listen. They say Facebook been acting up all weekend. The sound is breaking up. Okay, Lolita, good morning. It is blinking. And I think I am going to, now it's giving me some type of error message. I may go off and come back on Facebook because it is doing something funky. I really don't know what it's doing. I encourage y'all, though, if you're following me on Instagram, or if you're not, get over there. Instagram or Facebook, or YouTube. And then for those of you on Rhema Sound Radio, amazing morning to you. You know, drop y'all a little rhyme this morning. A little TT of a rhyme. Drop y'all that this morning. Good morning, Miss Monica. Good morning, Octavia. But hey, listen, let's go and get into this thing because it's Talk Back Tuesday. Yeah. I'm so amped. I'm on like 20 trillion this morning, y'all. I am so amped. I'm so excited. This morning I came in running late. You know, y'all saw my update. I made a decision. I needed this tea in my life. I made a decision. I gotta get my notes to stop and get my tea. And you know, because of that decision, let me share something with y'all. Look at that. Y'all getting it in with these questions this morning already. Yes, I got you. I was pulling my notes out right now. Because I made a decision, I got to deal with some things. All right. Let me be very clear with y'all on something. Every time you make a decision, just be ready for the results of it. You know, I did make a decision this morning knowing there was a huge chance that, my glasses left that thing in my face. Knowing that there was a huge chance that, good morning, superhero, I was going to be late. Okay. And I made that decision and I'm good with the results of it. I appreciate y'all patience. I needed my tea this morning. I do want to say, I want to encourage y'all in this though. Be confident in the decisions that you make. I'm not telling y'all be late. Okay. And be very clear with y'all. I'm not telling nobody out there to be out in these streets and be late for the things y'all got going on. That's not excellence. That's an area that I'm still working on. I bless God for all of y'all and your patience as I work through this area. My regimen is getting me better, but what's messing me up is this cold weather. That's the part I got to get together. See, when it's cold outside, my time get disrespectful. That's what happens. We're going to quickly get into these tips because we don't have long this morning since I decided to go get tea. Quickly get into these tips about obstacles, overcoming those, being opportunities, the things you need to look at, the things that I've learned. I'm going to be transparent in a couple of these. So let me just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to give y'all a quick recap without going all the way back because I went all the way back yesterday. Number one is to never give up. Don't look at obstacles as things that block your path. They are your path. They are how, good morning, Miss Cynthia. They are how we accelerate, how we mature, how we get elevated and promoted in the things of God. Think of challenges as opportunities to grow and to look at it as God showing, as a time for God to show his faithfulness to you. Ask the right questions when something comes up, instead of saying, why me, as, how can I look at this, or what can I do, or how can I solve this? Those are the questions that you definitely want to ask. Those are the questions that you want to ask yourself and the questions that you want to ask God. Like, okay, God, I already know because your word tells me you ain't going to put more on me than I can bear. So now my question is, God, how? Okay, stand by y'all on Facebook because y'all was a little close. Stand by. Because now the thing crooked. How can I, God? How can I get through this? How do I need to look at this? Good morning, cuz. Shamanda, good morning to you. What do I need to do? How I need to do it? Those are the questions that you want to ask. And then the next thing you want to do is let go of judgments. When we stop looking at things as being simply good or bad, we can get a better result out of it. If we start looking at things with an objective mind and we look at things on how we can access them and turn them into opportunities, we enter them. Oh, thank you, cuz. We enter into a space where we can be more objective with our thinking and more objective with our approach, which means we get better results. Period. Y'all already know how that go. If you have a disagreement with somebody and you go in with the mindset of, okay, they may not have done me right, or this may have not been handled right, but how can we resolve this? How can we talk through this? Goes a lot better than, man, let me tell you, if she come the wrong way or he come the wrong way, I got something for him. So you get better results out of that. That used to be me. I used to be a hothead. I'm sure that was no surprise to y'all. I used to be a hothead. I did, because when I got over my days of being mean to people, out of high school and being that girl that was just, mean, I did people right. And I've always, regardless of being mean to people or not, I've always been a loyal person. If I tell you I'm going to do something, if I tell you I'm down with you, I'm with you. And if you do me wrong, we're going to have a problem. Okay. That's how I approached it, but I had to look at things differently to get better results. So want to keep that in mind. The next thing we have not talked about yet, and I'm definitely going to harp in on a little bit. Good morning, Miss Annette. Good morning, Kalisha. Is cut out the drama, y'all. Say no to drama. You know how people say no to drugs. Say no to drama. To be like, no, yo, listen. When things come up, when negative situations come up, when, obstacles come up, when some just come up that's like, yo, I did not plan for this. I do not want this to happen. I don't want to be in this position, whatever. All those things come up because, listen, we can be all spiritual if we want to. The bottom line is we go through stuff. When stuff comes up, what's not beneficial to the stuff that comes up is the drama that comes with it. And drama usually comes from the outside people that you let in. Y'all ever thought about that? Okay, come on now, think about this. If you've ever been in a position where something, let's just say you had a bill to pay. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just use that for an example. You had a bill to pay. And I'll use that for an example because there was a time in college that I had a bill to pay and I spent my money on stuff that I shouldn't have been spending it on. I did not want to call my family and ask them for help because they knew I had the money, and I spent it on something else. And instead of me saying, okay, just taking a minute to myself, like, how can I make this happen? Or even having a conversation with God. I wasn't even I wasn't deep in having conversation with God like that yet. But even me stopping to say, okay, God, how are you going to make this happen? I started talking to my friends and they put the worst in my mind. Like, if it was an electric bill too, you don't pay that bill, they're going to cut your electricity off. And I'm like, I never experienced that before. You know, my family never exposed me to the electricity and that being cut off and things like I don't know what that means. You know, so I'm like, no electricity. That mean I can't watch TV. That mean, oh no, that's definitely not happening. And it caused me to be in a frenzy that I wasn't in before. It put me into a state of panic that I didn't even myself take. I didn't take myself there, but I allowed others because I invited them into my situation. I allowed them to talk to me and get me into a panic. And then I couldn't think clearly. I couldn't. Y'all, and all that you go through and all that you experience and all that comes up in your life, be mindful. Remember, we talked about having the right people in your circle. Mr. Page, good morning to you, sir. We talked about having the right people in your circle and making sure that you surround yourself with the right people and releasing information to the right people. Everybody can't handle your information. Everybody don't know how to respond to your information. Some people react. And we don't need no reactions because reactions, good morning, Danny, reactions cause you to do stuff that puts you in a place where you're like, hold on now, should I have done that? Or later down the line, maybe I should have handled it a different way. So y'all listen, make up in your mind that when you're going through stuff, everybody can't know. Everybody can't handle your information. Everybody's not as strong as you are to process the information. Everybody's not as strong and mature as you are to handle the situation as you may handle it. And everybody is not going to take you through an objective thought process so you can have an objective result and objective approach and get amazing results. Everybody's not going to do that. Some people going to take you back to what they knew before. You know what I mean? They just gonna clean take you back. So just cut it out with the drama and be mindful. Be very selective about people that you share your information to. That's why I tell y'all all the time, get y'all a relationship with God and sure enough get you one with the Holy Spirit. Now you can't have mine, but you can sure enough get your own. You can get you one where you can have a conversation with God and you can feel confident in your conversation with God and taking stuff to him. The other day I was hold on y'all. I got to fix this because it wasn't right. Something just wasn't right. Yeah. The other day I had a conversation with someone and they asked me how many friends I had. And I'll tell y'all this because, you know, something new for everybody to hear because I never shared this. They asked me how many friends, good morning, Dante, how many friends I had. And I told them, you know, I don't have many. And I said, the true friends that I have, I can count on one hand. But those people have shown themselves to be so true to me, so loyal to me, and like down for me. Now, I got people that's down and we associates and we cool, but friends, I don't take that word lightly. And so I started explaining to them that there were times in my life that I have been in some dark moments. And in those dark moments is where I learned I couldn't trust a lot of people. And when I say trust a lot of people, let me tell you this. I don't necessarily trust people. Okay. Y'all hear me clearly when I say this. I've said this for years and I mean it. I don't trust people. I trust the obedience of God through people. Let me be clear with you, okay? I'm about to break this thing down, relationship thing down for y'all in a whole new way. Good morning, Aunt Brenda. Break this relationship thing down for y'all in a whole way where you're going to look at relationships completely different, whether they're friendships, dating, work, whatever. Let me tell you something. I committed my life to God. I didn't commit my life to you. Okay, let me be clear. Let me break this thing down for anybody catch any type of offense. All right, because I ain't got time. All right, I don't have time for that. I committed my life to God. See, God created me. Every morning that I get up, I tell God, yo, God, listen, I'm going to be your best natural representation here in the earth. And I'm going to jam out this life where your light is going to shine through it and people going to be blessed as a result of it. I committed. Good morning, Miss Marsha. I committed to be God's best natural representation. Well, in the assignment that God has given me, and because I've committed my life to him, that means the people that come in my life are assigned to my life and they must obey God. See, I put my trust in him. I put all my trust in him. I rely solely on him. Now, where I trust you at is that you're going to obey God. See, my prayer to God every single day is that the people that you have in my path, the decision makers that need to make my decisions, God, the people that I am to encounter, that your heart, their hearts are in your hand, God, and you've turned their hearts to favor me. You've turned their hearts to obey you when it comes to me. That's how I talk to God. Straight up and down. Like, I don't listen. If I'm sensitive to God, check this now. If I have a sensitivity to God, it's called discernment. If I am discerning to God, that God, you're going to always be for me. See, the Bible says, if God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody can be against you. The Bible also tells me that I am to be harmless as a dove. Be wise as a serpent, yet harmless as a dove. My wisdom tells me I need to trust God, because the Bible also tells me that God don't switch up. See, we do that. God don't do that. So if God don't switch up, if he for me, can't nobody be against me, and I need to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Oh, I got a real good approach. My approach is, can I see God in our interaction? That's my approach. That's what I mean when I say I don't trust people. I'm going to trust God in you. That's who I'm trusting, okay? Let me be very clear with you. So I am so particular on the friends that I have. I'm so particular on the people that I choose to be in my environment. Now, God, he can put whomever he wants there. That's on God. And I trust him with that. But the choices that I make and the people that I share information with, now, those are handpicked, hand-chosen, called. Okay? They are called to my life. Let me be very clear. They have a responsibility. All right? So when I say trust, and I don't trust people like that and all that, I mean that. I trust the God in people. See, I have a conversation with God. I got a relationship with God, that he ain't gonna let me down regardless. And be clear with you. See, this is the kind of confidence that you have to operate in. And don't let nobody tell you that this is arrogance. Don't let nobody tell you, no, you can't do this and that without people. I never said go out here and do nothing without people. I said put your trust in God. See, the Bible tells me that anything that God does here in the earth, he has to do it through the hands of a man. I never counted man out. I always rely on God. Let me be very clear with that, okay? So I'm not telling you go out here and try to do nothing on your own. What I am telling you is that you need to have a mature relationship with God, that you can recognize God in everything. I can look at somebody walking toward me and be like, nah, this ain't God right here. But I'm going to deal with it. Since they decided to come this way, I'm going to go ahead and deal with it. God, I got this. See, you equipped me with this. That thing that I was doing in private, God, you about to reward me publicly with that thing. See, this discerning spirit that I have, I'm able to discern the spirit of God. And see, God has made some promises to me. So why should I operate in fear? Who's doing that? Winnie is not doing that. I'm not doing that. So, listen. In everything and things that you go through, because let's talk real, okay? Y'all already know I'm gonna talk real anyway. Take a sip. Y'all already know I'm gonna talk super real anyway. Yo, if we real with our conversation, we'll say 90% of the things that we've experienced before we had the wisdom that we have now was due to other people. It was. We allow some other people to talk into our ear and tell us stuff, and then we get in situations, and now we got to get ourselves out of situations. Man, listen, let me be very clear with you. I trust God. Period. That's where we at. I trust him. And because I trust him, because I am his child, because I'm about his business, he will always come through for me. That's the approach that I have every single day. That's the approach that I have about my entire life. And that's the approach that I have with relationships and people that God has put me in connection with. He's put me in the environment of. God will always take care of me. I've casted my cares on him. I will always be his favorite, and I will also always be on his mind. Always. None of that is going to change. None of that. So when you have that mindset, and when things come up, you can make better decisions and you can think better through your things. You can't tell everybody your business. I don't care what you say. You can't. You cannot tell it. Everybody can't handle that. Period. Everybody not strong enough for that. So the next thing you want to do is you got to change your focus point and change your perception of your obstacles. You got to look at it as like, what is the gift in this? Let me be very clear with you. See, I wake up every single morning. I be having all type of conversations with God, and I wake up with all kind of expectations. Yes, massive manifestation, but there's some other things that I've been having conversations with God about that I expect Him to make happen in my life. See, God's not slack concerning His word. The Bible tells me that. So since He's not slack concerning His word, let me go ahead and make His word a priority in my life because He's not slack concerning it. So let me go and apply it to my life. I look for, people say the silver lining or the positive, whatever. I look for the gift in everything. See, I understand that obstacles show themselves when I've taken my focus off my goal. When I have taken my focus off the very thing that I should be doing and the goal that I'm working toward, obstacles will present themselves. Period. Y'all ever thought about that? They will. They will. They will. And you know why? Because an obstacle is usually something that you don't want to deal with. It's usually something that you have to mature in. And it's usually something that you rolled up on because you weren't supposed to touch in that moment. Usually. I'm not saying all the time, but usually that's what it is. See, if I was, let's say, for example, oh, this is me like almost every Sunday. Almost every Sunday, okay? Your girl, if I don't cook, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to eat. Well, in the midst of me finding something to eat, instead of me eating from one place, I will have a crave for like something from 5 different places. And instead of me going to the store, one store, and getting all the stuff that I need to make it, which I should be, because, you know, I've been talking about my pudging thing. Instead of me doing that, I'll go to 5 different restaurants to get everything that I want, and then I will go sit and eat it. Well, if I don't stay focused on my goal, let me tell you something. I may run into an accident. I may run into traffic. You know, I may get a phone call I really didn't want. You know, the food ain't going to be good like I wanted it because I didn't stay focused on my goal. And to me now, sometimes that's an obstacle because when you're hungry, you don't have time to play with your food. See, you already got that taste in your mouth. And let me tell you something. As basic as I broke that down, is the same way you apply it to your life. See, you already got the taste in your mouth of how success feels to you. You have the taste in your mouth of how achieving something feels to you, how finishing something feels to you. And when that is interrupted, when that is blocked, it becomes a problem. And that's because you took your focus off. But look for the gift in it. This is me every time. Every single time it happened with my food, I'd be like, oh, that's because I was supposed to be cooking anyway. That's good because then otherwise it would have added to my pudge. I got to look for the gift in it. You got to change your perception when things happen because everybody, check this out. Everybody can get in an uproar. Everybody can get in a tizzy. Who's going to be the calm one and who's going to make the decision? Y'all ever thought about this? Everybody always makes this statement. They make this statement. And it's y'all know in like horror movies, y'all know the one statement people make. I'm gonna give y'all a second to drop the statement while I take a sip. What's the one thing people always say about horror movies and a Black person being in it? Drop it in the comment section. I'm gonna take a sip, and I know y'all on the same page I'm on. I know it. Stand by. This tea is good to my soul. Let's see if y'all get it because I gotta get out of here in a couple minutes. Let's see. There you go. That's right. I see y'all comments. Okay. All right, Raymond Sound, forgive me because I didn't tell y'all where to text 843-580-6550, but y'all knew the number because y'all sure did text. That's right. They always say that the Black person get killed first. That's what they say about horror movies. They die first. Well, listen, we don't have that going on in our lives. We are going to be objective in the things that we do. When things come up on us, let me be calm, cool, and collected. Because let me be very clear with you. When things roll up in your life, everybody takes the easy road out. That is panic. When things come up, how often do y'all see people be like, okay, hold on, let me think through this because this is going to work out? Come on. Don't none of your aunts do that. None of them. None of them. Especially if they dramatic. They're not doing that. I just use aunts for an example, so don't y'all come for me because my aunts are on here and they don't do that, okay? So don't y'all come for me today because y'all know I come different. That was just an example, and I ain't talking about your family. And if you felt that way, get out your feelings. Pick up your feelings. Pick them up. Pick them up. Head out, okay? But listen, when things come our way, y'all, let me tell you, I used to be the first hothead. I have experienced this time after time. Things would come up and I would be the first to panic. And through when I was going through things and having to learn things, y'all, one thing that I learned and one tip that I will tell you is look for the gift in it. Everybody can't panic. If everybody panic, who gonna be calm? I just met with a group of young people last night, and I told them, I said, you always got to have the mindset of the other person. But there are 99 other people in the room. Why would you want to think like the 99? Take your mind to the extreme and make it think about that person, because everybody's always going to go to the easiest as a default. Why don't you go ahead and think the hardest? How some people say, take the high road, you do that part. But I promise you, if you change your attention, change your perception about obstacles, you will get a better result. And then I got a couple more, but I got to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this next tip. The next one is you got to be aware of your choices if you're going to transform your obstacles. You do. You got to be aware of what choices you make. Every single day, we make millions of choices. That's why I told y'all I put some things on autopilot. I put some things on default. And we don't even think about the unconscious decisions that we make and the mind's energy that we have. Well, if we approach everything that we have and ask ourselves, is this helpful for me? And then look at the choices that we have, things won't be obstacles to us. This is what I mean by that. See, every day we think about things like what we're going to wear, what we're going to eat for breakfast, if we're going to have coffee or not, or tea, or whatever. You make those choices. Well, those choices are easy choices to you. You deem easy because there's no obstacle in it. Well, what makes that choice so easy and this other one an obstacle? Your perception, and you not knowing the choices that you have in that. That's what makes it an obstacle. Think about this. To a person who may suffer from anxiety, having 20 different shirts to choose from to decide what to wear in the morning can be overwhelming and can be an obstacle to them. To you, it's simple. But what makes it an obstacle for one person and simple for another? It is the fact that they know the choices that they have and the perception that they have. So y'all listen, that's a clear example that things don't have to be obstacles in your life. We have allowed so many people to put definitions on things and cause us to get into panic states or have a panicking mindset when all we have to do is calm down, find the gift in it, don't give up on it, and say, God, how are you going to show yourself faithful in this? See, others deem this an obstacle, but God, I see this as an opportunity for you. So I'm calling you to show up on the scene. See, if we just take a minute and we be the one person that's calm in the situation and allow others to go ahead and panic, we will always come out on top. I have learned this time after time, situation after situation that I've been in. It has never benefited me to panic in a situation. Every single time that I've panicked in a situation, I couldn't think clear. I made decisions that I'd sit down and think about and be like, dog, I shouldn't have made that decision. Or, man, I should have done it this way. I missed out on opportunities of involving people that were important to be a part of the decision-making process. I overlooked people that God put into my path because I thought I had it all. When I was in a certain state, I had it all. I had it on lock. I didn't invite anybody else in. And let me tell you something. I've learned that if I just calm it down, if I slow it down, if I take a deep breath, if I look at it differently, if I find the gift in it all, that I will come out on top in the decision that's made. So y'all, I'm encouraging you that, look at it and say, God, have your way. Go ahead and be who you promised me to be in this situation, because I'll handle it completely different. But we cannot allow what others see, what others experience to paint our picture or to be our experience. Listen, you had a situation yesterday, you had to choose to fly high. Let me tell you something. We got to change our perception on it. I only have 2 more points. I'll go ahead and say it really quick so we can move on with our conversation tomorrow. The next one is to be grateful for your experience. I have never ever discounted the experiences that I've gone through. I've always had a conversation with God to say, I may not understand it, but I appreciate it. And I thank you for maturing me in the process. I may not understand why I'm going through something. I may not understand why the pressure may be on me, but something that I have in confidence in knowing in my God is that He didn't put anything on me that I'm not equipped to handle. He will not put anything on me that will break me. He will not put anything on me that will be too much for me. Yeah, naturally, my body says it's too much, but supernaturally, God says it's taken care of. So I never, ever take any situation for granted. And no matter what you are going through, no matter what you've experienced in your life, be encouraged in knowing this, that God has a reason for it. Your maturity is at stake, and it's important for us to mature in the things of God. It's important for us to mature, period. Period. If we think about it, y'all, maturity has always been an evolution in our lives. We just wanted to be the ones to define whether or not it was maturity. And if you don't believe me, think about this. I mean, you matured from when you were a first grader. You don't do the things that you used to do when you were in first grade, but you went ahead and moved forward with that maturity so you could graduate to the next grade. Well, when you going to make that decision in your life when it comes to your overall life and in the things of God? Can you just go ahead and graduate, please? Can you just go ahead and get to the next one? That's my approach on some things. I look at it and I say, okay, listen, I'm going to go ahead and mature in this thing. God, come on through for me now. I don't like the situation that I'm in right now. It may be uncomfortable, but I know you got me. I'm going to go ahead and get through this so I can mature. So when it come up next time, I'll know how to handle it. But I don't like this right here. I don't want to have to deal with this again. If you don't want to have to deal with it again, deal with it now. Period. Oh, I'm going to put that one out today. If you don't want to have to deal with it again, deal with it now. That just came up out of my spirit. That hit me right there. The last thing is the overall key to transforming any obstacle, any negative situation, anything like that you go through. The overall key is inspiration. I shared with y'all my experience with depression, how I have had some dark days. You will not cry today. I've had some moments where they were deeply rooted in insecurity. I have had some times, y'all, and I will tell you from experience, through anything you go through, let me tell you, stay inspired. You know, I don't care if anybody right now is having a dark moment and you like, listen, I cannot with this positivity, deal with it. Stay locked in every single morning and allow me to encourage, to inspire you. Listen to positivity. Don't get in a space where negativity comes up and you give into it. Don't allow anything to get you into that space. Inspiration is the key that's going to pull you out of that mindset, knowing that, God got me. Come on, man, I can do this. Encouragement and inspiration is what's going to push you. And let me tell you something. It's more than accessible to you. You need some more? Listen, go watch all my shows. They all on there. I didn't delete any of them. They all on my IGTV. You know, the ones on Facebook only from when they unlocked my account, but they're on there. You know, just go up there and check it out. Through everything, y'all, the overall thing is stay inspired, stay in faith, and trust God. We look at things. Thank you, Shalina. We look at things and, man, we say, God, why? Let me tell you something. The same way I told y'all last week, it is nothing for us to revisit a victory. I'll find something from when I was in kindergarten that God came through on. I'm going to remind him Listen, God, you did that when I was in kindergarten. You're going to do it today. Same God back then, same God right now. Let's do this. God is not a switch up God. He did it before. He going to do it again. You just have to know what to look at and how to apply it to your situation to get divine results. That's it. Y'all, in everything. There no today, before I sign off, I want y'all to know this and know this for an assurance. We don't have obstacles in our lives. We don't experience negative situations. What we have are opportunities for God to show himself faithful and who he promised he would be in our lives. Yeah, our backs may be up against the wall, but God will come through as a defender. Yeah, we may be short in some area. We ain't short. We got massive manifestation. God is a way maker. Let me be very clear with you. Okay, yeah, I got a little bit of cough, a scratchy throat. I ain't feeling 100%, but God promised he would be my healer. Yo, let me tell you something. I may be in over my head on this, but God's gonna always be there to help me make decisions. He's a mind regulator. I won't get overwhelmed in situations because he's a peacemaker. He is my peace when he steps on the scene. Insecurities don't have a chance because my God is love. Let me be clear with you. We don't have obstacles. We don't have situations, negative ones. They don't reside here. Listen, this is where the obstacles don't reside, okay? They don't reside here because my God has proven himself to be exactly who he promised he would be. And listen, people roll up on you. Tell them, ooh, watch me. Ooh, watch me. Ooh. ooh. That's it. That's all you got to tell them is, hey, watch my God, because I ain't got time for you. So you want to play so much? Okay, all right. I got something for you. And then God shows up on the scene. But y'all, we don't have that. Before I sign off today, I want to encourage each of you in this. Naturally, we go through things. Naturally, things get hard. Naturally, situations can seem overwhelming. And let me be very clear with you. People will paint the picture like you as a believer aren't supposed to experience that or go through that. And I'm gonna say the word my mama told me never say. They a whole lie. You a whole lie in these streets. Let me be very clear with you. God ain't never wrote that in the Bible. And you can come to me with that if you want to. I don't care what translation you come to. But let me be very clear with you. God ain't never documented that in the scripture for me that I would not experience anything in my life. What he did say is there's no stress, strain, or struggle. And this is how he said it. Though I walk through the valley, let me be very clear with you. God will never leave me nor forsake me. And people of God, let me encourage you in this. You win in every area of your life. You are victorious. And no matter what story your natural body tells you, let me be clear with you. Our God will always prevail. He will always come out on top. You just got to trust him. That's it. Ain't no obstacles. These are opportunities for God to show up on the scene and flex. God, my biggest flex, okay? Listen, I got to get out of here. I'm well over my time. God, be big, be bold, be amazing. And God, my prayer today as I encourage all of your people, God, is that they receive your ministry and understanding who you are, how you operate, who you promise to be, God, and who you will always be. God, I declare victory in the lives of your people. God, I curse any natural body or any natural thought that comes up on the lives of your people that they will not win, or any thought of insecurity, anything that's not of you, God. I curse it now off of their lives. They will operate in a level of excellence, God. They will operate in success today, God. They will experience favor on their lives today, God. God, you promise that goodness and mercy will follow us, God, all the days of our lives. So as we go out today, God, to live a life that glorifies you and a life that pleases you, we thank you that goodness and mercy will overshadow us, God. We thank you for your hand being in every situation of our lives. And God, we thank you for transforming our minds, God, where we will be objective in our thinking and have objective approaches, God, where you will come out on top every single time and get the glory in everything that we encounter. So, God, we want to thank you, God, for doing just what you promised, never leaving us, never forsaking us, and giving us a discerning spirit to see you in everything. We thank you for it now. It's in your son Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I got to get out of here. Whew, I got to get out of here. Listen, I've had an amazing day. I got to get out of here. I'm well over my time. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be right here on time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come a little early and make up. I'm going to make up for my tardiness. So maybe I'll start at 7:30 tomorrow. That sounds about right. I might do that. Y'all just watch for the notifications. Turn your thing on. It's going to let you know when I'm live on the air. I got to get out of here. I had a jam out day. I've already prayed for your day, and I know God is going to do it, and I'm excited for how he's going to do it. Y'all some amazing, blessed people, and watch how God flex all the way in your life today, okay? Tell them, ooh, watch me. I got to get out of here, y'all. Y'all are simply amazing. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Let's go with 8 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, I'll see you at 8 a.m. right here to encourage, motivate, inspire, and infuse with hope. Empower you. I am Winnie, the gatekeeper of your confidence. Thank you so very much for allowing me to be a part of your day. As always, have an amazing, amazing day and much love.